Encounters between Chinese fighter jets and foreign aircraft over China's approximately 9,000-mile-long coastline are a routine affair, and Chinese state-run media often report these incidents. However, one such incident, reported last week by Chinese media, is not only making headlines but has also generated a heated debate among aerospace experts and followers. On October 3, Global Times reported on a documentary shown on China's Central Television, where a PLA Air Force pilot from the Special Mission Aircraft Formation claimed that he was able to simultaneously lock two foreign stealth fighter jets while flying the domestically developed J-16 fighter jet, forcing both jets to withdraw. The claim by the Chinese pilot cannot be rejected outright. While the report has not disclosed which foreign stealth aircraft it was referring to, the only two aircraft that fit the description are the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II. Both of these aircraft are frequently deployed in the Indo-Pacific region for training, war exercises, and regular deployments. Both the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II are fifth-generation stealth aircraft, battle-tested and widely regarded as the world's most advanced fighter jets, with a radar cross-section signature of less than 0.0015 square meters, making them almost invisible on radar. On the other hand, the J-16 is only a 4.5-generation fighter jet. This apparent capability difference is prompting analysts to question the official version of events and raise doubts about whether the CCTV report should be dismissed as state propaganda and psychological warfare. State broadcaster CCTV last week aired an interview with Li Chao, a pilot from the People's Liberation Army's Western Theater Command, who recounted the event that happened during a coastal training exercise last year, when he encountered two foreign fighter jets. They headed straight toward our two aircraft. Their intention was very clear: it was a provocation. With our backs to the territorial sea line, we had to intercept them, recalled Li, who was operating China's domestically produced J-16 fighter jet. During the first encounter, Li locked onto the foreign fighter jet. Its wingman immediately broke away at high speed, while the other foreign fighter jet exited the combat zone and locked onto Li's jet. Seizing the opportunity, Li pulled up his aircraft and executed a barrel roll, flying inverted directly above the foreign jet, the Global Times reported. At that moment, my canopy was just 10 to 15 meters away from his. After completing this maneuver, I simultaneously locked onto both foreign fighter jets. In the end, both aircraft withdrew, Li said. The CCTV report said the confrontation was the only one of its kind to date. Since that encounter, this type of fighter jet has never appeared near China's coastal waters. This is by no means an isolated incident, as encounters between Chinese fighter jets and foreign aircraft are relatively frequent in the Indo-Pacific region. In June this year, the Chinese state-run media reported that the PLA Air Force's J-20, J-15, and J-16 drove away foreign aircraft at different times. China's Central Television aired footage showing how the Chinese military dispatched two J-16 fighter jets to warn and expel a foreign aircraft that had breached China's territorial sea boundary. China has a very long coastline, and the J-16 is a heavy fighter with ample fuel, capable of carrying missiles for sea and land attacks, as well as missiles for striking aerial targets. Again in July this year, China's Central Television reported an encounter between the J-20 and an unnamed foreign stealth aircraft, most probably the F-35. Earlier, in March 2022, U.S. Pacific Air Force Commander General Kenneth Wilsbach revealed that the J-20 of the PLA Air Force and the F-35 of the U.S. Air Force had their first ever encounter. At the time, the U.S. general said, "It's a bit early to say what they intend to do with the J-20, so really all we've seen it do was air superiority. But we noticed that they are flying it pretty well. We recently had, I wouldn't call it an engagement, where we got relatively close to the J-20s along with our F-35s in the East China Sea, and were relatively impressed with the command and control associated with the J-20. Similarly, in March 2024, some reports in Chinese media stated that an unknown number of J-20s had just landed when they received news of foreign military aircraft approaching Chinese airspace. They immediately took off to intercept the threat. However, what sets this latest incident apart is that, while in previous reports, China claimed to have intercepted foreign stealth aircraft with its own fifth-generation fighter jets, in the latest incident, Beijing claims that its 4.5-generation J-16 simultaneously locked onto two foreign stealth aircraft, forcing them to withdraw. The Shenyang J-16 is a Chinese 4.5-generation multi-role strike fighter developed by the Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. Derived from the J-11B, it emphasizes air-to-air and air-to-ground missions with advanced avionics. However, the J-16 has advanced radar and fire control systems. The J-16 is equipped with an indigenous active electronically scanned array ESA radar. It has a reported range of 200 to 250 kilometers for fighter-sized targets RCS 1 square meter, and it can track up to 15 to 20 air targets simultaneously. Furthermore, the J-16 is equipped with an infrared search and track system for passive detection capabilities of up to 50 to 80 kilometers. Can J-16 lock F-22 or F-35? The short answer is yes. Under specific circumstances, the J-16 or any fourth-generation aircraft can detect and potentially lock onto a stealth aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor or F-35 Lightning II. Stealth aircraft have a low RCS, often compared to a small bird. However, at very close ranges, a fourth-generation aircraft's radar may detect a stealth aircraft, as radar signal strength increases inversely with distance. Furthermore, within visual range, a fourth-generation aircraft could utilize infrared search and track systems or electro-optical sensors to detect heat signatures or visual cues, thereby bypassing radar stealth. Also, at certain angles, even stealth aircraft can be tracked and locked. Stealth aircraft are optimized for low observability from frontal aspects, but side or rear profiles have higher RCS. If a fourth-generation aircraft maneuvers to a non-frontal angle, its radar may have a better chance of detecting the stealth aircraft. Additionally, the J-16's ESA radar and IRST features are significant capability boosters, as they can lock onto stealth aircraft at close ranges. The statement by the J-16 pilot mentions two crucial details. 1. During the encounter, his canopy was just 10 to 15 meters away from the foreign jet. And 2. That he performed a barrel roll and flew inverted over one of the foreign jets. This means that the encounter took place at close range, and the aircraft were not facing each other from frontal angles. A stealth aircraft can be locked by a fourth-generation aircraft. So, the claim by the Chinese pilot cannot be rejected outright.